Growing up, my dad was always coming down on me, correcting me for the stuff I did. He said it was because he loved me and he was trying to keep me from getting hurt, but it doesn't mean I liked it. Around here, they call it feedback. And I can take care of myself. I don't need anybody getting in my face.
I just let it roll off my back. If somebody gets on me about something, I just say, sure, I'll be more careful next time. But I just say that in order to get rid of them. You know, there are so many rules around here that sometimes you gotta take shortcuts. Save time. People should stay out of other people's business.
Where I come from, someone gets in your face, you push back. I don't back down. It's who I am. And I gotta have all of this moved over there yesterday. Hey, Paul, you're overloaded.
Let's face it, none of us likes to feel that we're being criticized. But suppose you take a risk at work. You do something that could get you or somebody else hurt. Well, why do you take this risk? Maybe you're in a hurry. Or maybe you don't even realize that what you're doing is dangerous. But someone else sees you doing it and they call you on it. It's called feedback. And around here, it's how we watch out for one another. It's part of our culture. It means that everyone has both the right and the responsibility to speak up and warn someone if we see them doing something we know just isn't safe. But what if you're the one getting the feedback? How should you take it, and what should you do about it?
Looking to dump that load?
Well, how we respond to feedback, whether it's constructive or not, depends on who we are. And in case you haven't noticed, we're all a little bit different. But here's the important thing. It's normal to feel that we're being criticized when someone corrects our behavior. Let's face it, sometimes feedback can sound and feel like criticism. But think about it. If someone is willing to step up and point out that you're doing something that just isn't safe or there's a safer way of doing it, what it really means is they care enough about you and about safety to speak up.
Josh! Hey, Josh! Hey, what? It's not locked and tagged out. And you didn't pull the master key. I don't want to see you taking that kind of risk. It bothers me, man.
Well, if it bothers you, then don't watch, okay? How about this? How about you go do your job and you let me do mine? I don't need the lockout, tag out police telling me how to do my job, okay?
I've seen guys get hurt real bad doing that. And I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. Come on, Josh.
Remember, it's perfectly normal to feel that we're being criticized when someone gives us feedback. But then, we need to work past those feelings so we can begin to take responsibility for our actions. Because the fact is, the other person is only responsible for giving us the feedback. We're responsible for how we feel about it and how we respond to it. No one else has any control over that. No matter how the other person approaches you or how they say it, if it's about safety, you need to listen.
Hey, Carl, you thinking about not using this face shield?
It's a simple fix, and they need it ASAP, and I can't see through that piece of crap.
But it's not safe.
Look, it's no big deal. What are you busting my chops for?
We provide these face shields for a reason. So I'll ask, what could happen?
Oh, I could get some crap in my face.
What's the worst that could happen?
If the wheel exploded, I guess it could mess me up. God, I hate it when you're right.
As you listen to feedback, make sure you have an understanding of exactly what you were doing that wasn't safe and of what the risks were. Focus on the message, not the messenger. Then try to agree on a safer way to do the job. Make a commitment on the spot. to start doing it that way.
You're overloaded.
What are you calling me out for?
Paul, we need to talk.
I gotta move this monster.
I know, but let's do it safely.
Dude, how dangerous can it be, okay? Just let me get it done.
Come on, man. You could lose the load.
So get off my back. Don't you have your own crew to supervise?
You know I have an obligation to speak up. Just divide the load and take more trips.
That takes so much time.
Less time than recovering in the hospital or having to stop and pick it up.
You're right. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't want to do this twice.
So agree on the spot to start working safely and then do it. Why? Because feedback about safety isn't like any other kind of feedback we get. Suppose someone tells you that your hair is too long or they don't like the way you chew your food. Well, that's feedback too. But you know what? You can take it or leave it. But when it's about safety, if someone cares enough to speak up and warn you that something you're doing isn't safe, then you better listen up. You know what I do? Whenever I'm in a situation where someone gives me feedback, I try to remember 2 simple steps. Listen and commit. Listen, focus on the message. Get at the facts. Ask questions if needed. Listen, if someone, anyone, gives you feedback about safety, hear them out. Focus on the message. Then you can work past your feelings and get at the facts. And as you listen to the facts, ask questions if you're not clear. Make sure there's no misunderstanding. Agree on a safer way. Make a commitment, follow it up. Commit. Agree on a safer way to do the job. Make a commitment on the spot to start doing it that way. Then finally follow it up with action. Do what you've agreed to do. Like I said, around here, giving and receiving feedback is the way we watch out for one another. We believe in it. It's part of the job. But it wasn't always that way. We had to learn. I did anyway. It'll be 2 years ago next month. It was a busy afternoon near quitting time. I wanted to get the job done before the end of shift. Funny, I'd always been the one giving the feedback. This time, I got the feedback. Sure enough, when Frank lost sight of me, he came to check and found me behind the rig. He definitely had something to say. The point is, Frank cared enough about me to stop what he was doing and come check where I was. Other guys, well, they'd been crushed doing what I did. Now, whenever anybody gives me feedback about safety, believe me, I listen up.
Good job locking and tagging out.
Thanks. You were right.
How's this for you?
Thanks for keeping it balanced and low.
I'm glad you decided to use the face shield.
Thanks for getting me one that I can see through.